It's the top of the hour. I'm Steve Johnson, and here's a look at the latest from the Dove newsroom. Portland declaring a homeless state of emergency, and the incumbent mayor declared it legal to sleep on city streets. City of Roses is booming, but skyrocketing rents, crippling low vacancy rates, and a severe shortage of affordable housing, forcing Portland to re-examine its live and let live attitude in a place where residents have long been tolerant of everything but intolerance. Well, it took 9 seconds for Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump to describe what he would do in the war against ISIS. His plan calls on the expertise of the Joint Chiefs of Staff to enact an immediate and forceful plan with no exceptions. Trump says it's the only method to end radical Islamic terrorism.
Immediately after taking office, I will ask my generals to present to me a plan within 30 days to defeat and destroy ISIS.
Now, Trump vowed to boost military spending by tens of billions of dollars, outlining plans for major increases in the number of U.S. active troops and equipment and promising a strategy to end the Islamic State group. A Zika virus funding measure stalled on Capitol Hill as Senate Democrats held a filibuster of sorts. Oregon Congressman Greg Walden questioning why the uproar when adequate funding for the remainder of the year is already in place, as originally requested by the president.
Right now, the states, including Florida, Right now, the states, including Florida, are getting all the money they've asked for. There's still a reserve of about $100 million left to be spent from existing funds that were set aside to deal with Ebola and some other issues in the government that we didn't end up spending. So we've got existing funds, full fiscal year, it's out there.
Now, top Senate leaders appear to be sharply at odds after the vote failed 52 to 48, with 60 votes needed to advance the legislation. Each side charged that the other would be responsible if money is not approved. Well, around 50 people were affected and various homes were damaged in Santa Isabel, Guatemala. Emergency workers and local residents dug for survivors after 9 people were killed when mudslides devastated several communities in Guatemala. Intense rainfall in a short period of time was to blame. After the rains, the lack of drainage caused heavy loads that eventually collapsed, and poorly built housing just caved in, trapping many, causing death and destruction in its path. Authorities opened shelters while responders and volunteers looked for survivors. Oregon Health Authority requesting a more than 50% increase in its state funding next year as sources of federal funding dry up. Health Authority asking for $3.33 billion from the 2017 to 2019 general fund, up from the $2.1 billion it was given in the last budget cycle. Let's look at the weather scene and what we can expect in the state. For Northern California and Wairika, 88 degrees and sunny today, up to 94 on Saturday before temperatures start moderating back down to maybe only 80 for the high on Monday. In the Klamath Basin, 81 today and sunny skies, up to 87 on Saturday, but then down to 72 degrees for the high by Monday. Along the Oregon coastal area, no rain and sunny skies in the forecast. 68 today, 71 tomorrow, and back down to 68 on Saturday. As we move into the Bend area of Central Oregon, we can expect sunny skies today and tomorrow, and really throughout the rest of the week and weekend. 77 today, up to 86 on Saturday, a high of only 67 on Monday. And for Southern Oregon, in the Medford area, 89 today, 94 tomorrow, 96 on Saturday, but then only 82 degrees the high for Sunday. That's a look at news and weather. You're up to date on the Dove.